Welcome to Sunday Night Confessions on the Anxiety-Ridden Moms Club, where we trade perfection for honesty, laugh at the chaos, and share the little secrets that make us all feel a little more human.
Every week we read your confessions, funny, messy, heartfelt, and mix in a few of our own because, let's be honest, motherhood, womanhood, and life in general are way too unpredictable to do alone.
So grab that snack you're hiding from the kids, settle in, and remember,
there's no judgment here, just a lot of same girl, same, and maybe a few crumbs in our bras from the snacks we swore we wouldn't share.
Welcome back to the Anxiety-Ridden Moms Club. It's Sunday night, which means it's time for Sunday Night Confessions, where moms spill the tea, share their secrets, and remind us all that none of us have it 100% together all of the time. And that's okay.
We asked you to send in your confessions this week, and oh, did you deliver. Remember, these are totally anonymous. We don't know who sent what, and that makes it even more fun.
Okay. First one. I told my husband the laundry machine was broken. It wasn't. I just didn't want to do laundry that week.
So I wonder how it all of a sudden miraculously started working again.
Yeah. Did you call a repairman? That's interesting. I don't do laundry every week. I hate laundry. It's my least favorite. Least favorite.
I can't stand laundry.
So I don't even come up with an excuse anymore, but hey, that works for me.
Or you just bring over the hot handyman to fix it.
Hey, if you've got a hot handyman, all's welcome.
Now
That's
you've
cool
covered
too.
all the bases.
I like that. That's a good one. Another confession was when my kids come to my bed to get me in the middle of the night, I just pretend I'm sleeping so they will turn around and go back to sleep. Preach. Does it work? I guess that is the question. Does it work? Because
Right.
I feel like mine will just scream louder or, whatever the case, like that wouldn't work for me because they would be bound and determined to.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
To wake me up. That's funny. So I have a confession with school back in session. What did you do or what do you do with all of, and I feel like it's worse when they're younger, but they're so proud of like the arts and crafts that they bring home. And I'm trying to go through the basement and clean out things. And I feel like there's a kid watching me, like even though they're at school, I could feel their eyes like piercing me and all I want to do is throw the stuff away. But I still feel guilty. What do I do?
I always displayed it like on the fridge or something for a period of time, and I threw a lot of it away. A lot of it went away. But I do have like a huge bucket in my basement that's got a nice big tub, with the top on and container and everything. And I've got a lot of pictures in there, and I do have a stack full of some pieces of artwork. And those are the ones usually, at least I felt like you even seemed maybe like you had some talent so you could feel better about it later. They weren't like your worst projects that you did as a kid. They were usually ones that I was like, it's pretty impressive for that age or something, those I would toss in the bucket, but the vast majority of them went in the trash. And I think after a while of it being on my fridge, I wasn't at least usually asked where the heck what I did with anything.
So I did do some research, and there are some companies out there where you can like take a picture on your phone and then like send the pictures in and then like have a book made. But like,
yeah,
for the kid, that doesn't mean anything.
No,
they like their crusty piece of paper that's like crumpled up in their book bag. And like, I don't know, I can just feel Nora staring at me.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to like throw something away and it's.
Yeah. Well, my daughter even asked me the other day, she was like, did you save my hair? The only reason she even asked that is because my dad saved some of my hair. I think because I had red hair and you know what I mean? But to me, it was a little creepy when I opened up an envelope of hair. I mean, so no, I did not save your hair, even though it was kind of like, I felt, I don't know. It was like, okay, we save hair. I mean, I guess that's good. But then on the other hand, I'm like, is that kind of weird? And then I went back to, I guess it's kind of neat to see my hair color, but it was, at the time I found this stuff, my hair was the same color. So it didn't matter anyway.
So what about teeth?
I personally kept my teeth for a long time, but the weirdest thing I ever kept was my tonsils. So I had my tonsils removed.
That's disgusting.
I kept them. I asked if I could take them home. And so the doctor told me that I could. I was 11 when I had them removed. So he said, yes, after I remove them, I actually can send them home with you. I'm like, sweet. So they gave them to me in this little plastic container, screw on top with this, I don't know, whatever fluid they put in that crap. And there they were floating around. And I put them front and center on my dresser for years.
The most disgusting thing I've ever
Because I would
heard.
always have anybody come over. I would gross them out by the fact I had my tonsils over there.
Ew.
But then when the jar began to leak a little bit, I decided it was time to throw them in the trash.
Last week? Like, how long did you have them? That's insane. That's disgusting.
But if you would have come to my house, I would have had fun. So.
I don't know. I literally am cleaning like my dresser out and like going through clothes and stuff. And I just keep finding little random bags with teeth. And I'm like, what do I do with these teeth? It's so bizarre.
But see, that to me is a personal thing. Like I kept all my teeth in a little container as a kid and I kept them there for the longest time. Then finally, I think when I finally moved out as an adult, I decided I probably don't need my baby teeth anymore. And I threw them in the trash. And my tonsils were leaking. So they That's
so wrong.
But those are the things that when you're a kid, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I think that's why I didn't decide what I kept for the kids. Cause I'm like, that's personal. Not every kid wants to keep their tonsils. So like, you know, it's personal.
No, those are just the special ones, the really special ones. Okay. My kids give me a really hard time about Christmas ornaments, handmade Christmas ornaments.
Oh yeah. I still have a bunch of those that I hang on my tree.
That you hang on your tree.
Yeah.
So
I love them.
Yeah. I don't.
Even the goofy looking ones. I got some goofy ones that go on my tree every year and I love it.
I love themes and colors.
Oh, see, not me. I like the old time, put a bunch of shit on your tree.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I bought each of the kids' trees for their rooms. So that's where handmade loved ornaments go. But I have very particular taste. It is a art for me. I will stare at my Christmas tree. I will meticulously move things around.
Yeah.
I'm very color coordinated. Everything's coordinated. White light. So
oh my God. You're one of those. You know, you can pay people. People pay a lot of money for that. You should, you know, go into business, decorate people's trees. I'm kidding. They pay a lot of money for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have enough side gigs. This being one of them. But
I'm just giving you another holiday idea.
Yeah.
Something else you need to
Look
do.
me up if you want your kids to hate you because you have a white tree. And this year it's going to be hunter green, black, white.
You change it every year?
No, normally I'll have variations of the same. So for the longest time I did black, white, and galvanized. Like that was my thing. And then I got rid of the galvanized last year and brought in hunter greens. And now there's color. I've got a little color.
Green is the same color as a freaking tree. That's not adding color.
Yeah.
Black is not Christmassy.
Yeah, I don't care. I've totally embraced the bow era.
Okay, well, once you get your tree done, then you have to post a picture of it. So
I will absolutely post a picture of it. So yes, my confession this month is that my kids hate me because I throw their artwork away and won't hang their handmade things on my Christmas tree. So that's what I got this month. What about you?
Okay, so I was doing some thinking on some good ones. So the one that I came up with, and so mind you, before I tell you this, the president at the time was Obama. So that's why he got kind of like thrown under the bus on this one.
Probably not the first time Obama is going to be thrown under the bus. Maybe not the last, but here we go. So Kylie was no problem in potty training her to pee on the potty, but you weren't going to get her to poop on the potty. She did not like it. She just didn't like pooping in general. So it was just an issue all around. So it finally got to the point I'm like, this is getting really ridiculous. And she's got to give it up. And I don't know how to give it up because she was so, it was upsetting to her. Like if she did not be able to just put the diaper on her and let her poop in that. So I finally came home one day and I told her, well, I just found out there was a new law that was passed. And she's like, huh? You know, because she's little. And just looks at me and I said, Obama just changed the rules and I can't buy you diapers anymore. So she was like, I said, so let's go count how many diapers we have left. I'm like, we have 15 diapers left, which means you have 15 more times you can poop. Once these are done, I can't buy any more.
So when we got to the point, she had the last one. I told her, and you could tell the fear in this kid's face was just unbelievable. So finally, we had her out, and she's on the toilet, and it was I felt my heart kind of broke for her. She started crying a little bit, just in the cutest little like sappy cry, and she's like, "Mommy, please just go and tell him that I'm 1 year old." I said, "You don't understand, Obama. It's the government. They know everything." And I can't lie. Like, they know your social security number.
Poor kid.
So she had to poop on the potty from then out, but she definitely had issues with not liking Obama after that. But it worked. It did work. You got to come up with something.
You do.
Come up with something.
That's awesome.
So that was my, when I dug around for thinking, what's a good one for this week, for the Sunday confession for the month?
I like it. It. We've got to have people reach out to us and let us know, give us your confessions or your questions. If you have questions from previous episodes or things that we said we were going to talk about and we didn't, now Sunday night confessions are our time to air it all out and answer any burning questions that you may have.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
So before we get into a couple of questions that we have, I at least figured I was going to share with everyone that I had somebody that had actually, I really enjoyed. And so they had reached out to tell us that I was having a really bad evening earlier this week and had been crying for about an hour. I got back into where my phone got service and your podcast came on. Before I got home, I was literally laughing so hard about the boa. Passersby probably thought I was nuts. Just wanted you to know your podcast truly does touch lives, and I enjoy it so much. Thank you for sharing and for all the work that goes into it. So I like that one. It was so good. I'm so glad that I think that's kind of the point.
The point.
We want it to be where people, if you're having a bad day or you're unsure of yourself or whatever, that you get to listen to us and turn that frown upside down. Is that what they say?
Yeah. Life is heavy.
Yes.
Life is scary. It's a scary world, and the world we're bringing our kids up in, and the pressure of all of the things we have to do, provide for our families and work hard and stay sane. And, I don't know, everything just feels really heavy lately. And so knowing that we made someone smile is that is so cool to me. That is that makes
and not just smile, but somebody who actually was upset. Something was very upsetting to where you're crying. Emotionally, you were upset, stressed out, whatever it was that happened that day. Obviously we don't know, but no matter what it felt heavy. And so to have where just listening to us change that is just makes me very happy.
Me too. That's pretty cool. Now your son didn't feel the same way with the boa situation.
No, he didn't. He didn't think that thing was so funny.
But our families are right along here with us, letting us, some of the stories we have to ask for permission before talking about. So that's so cool. I don't
really ask my kids permission, but I didn't call him and ask him if he cares
I don't
about
ask my kids. I ask my significant other for permission before I talk about deep, dark secrets or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I've asked my sister-in-law before.
Yeah.
Before
I would if it was outside of my kids. My kids, you guys are too bad you're out there.
I birthed you. So whatever I want to talk about is fair game.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right. Exactly.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here?
What's some questions that we got? Do we got any questions this month?
I don't know, but on the topic of, making someone's day, I do have another.
Oh, okay.
Testimonial, I guess, if you will.
Yep.
To share here real quick. My boss always says something really poetic about feedback, and I can't remember it in this exact moment. Feedback is a gift. And I think that's super important when we're doing this podcast and, Sunday night confessions, especially, or all things people reaching out to us and asking questions. So we value it. But even in our everyday or every week episodes, like if you guys have feedback, if you love it, if it wasn't your favorite episode,
right.
We value feedback. So feedback is a gift. And, you know, my mom after the marriage episode, she said, you know, it wasn't my favorite topic. It's just not my favorite topic.
Right.
But, my mom and dad who just celebrated I think it's 38-year anniversary. So that's pretty freaking cool. But apparently she doesn't like to talk about it. So happy anniversary to my mom and dad. Shout out to them. But any feedback is a gift. So if, again, like I said, if there's anything you heard, that you didn't like, that you really liked, please just let us know. So we know that there's a purpose behind some of this, because, you know, there is a lot of time and sometimes tears and lots of Gina's laughter, that goes into this. And so just, we love and we want to hear the feedback. So next up, running several social media accounts is a job in its own that I'm not smart enough for. So just trying to, you know, track this down. Another feedback, I guess, that we got is your episode this week really hit home. I'm trying so hard to find my peace, and I've learned not to give a shit about having a big circle. I love my small circle of friends that are like family and second moms to my kids. I laughed out loud about your comment on the lunch table. And I'm sorry it was so stupid. And I wish I could go back and tell 12-year-old us that you won't even talk to those people in 20 years. So being parents and that conversation just about how hard it is growing up and raising little girls, or even remembering our past struggles, I guess, if you will. But just another listener that just reached out to us and let us know that episode really, really hit home. And that's just really freaking cool.
Hey, and didn't she say something about how she just like everyone needs a Gina in their life?
She did. So coming to our merch store soon, we will have a coffee mug that says something about, what does it say? I need coffee and Gina. So lucky for me, I have a Gina. Gina's the calm to my storm, for sure.
Right.
For sure. So I hope you all feel the same way too. And like I said, there's going to be merch real soon that everybody can have a little piece of Gina with them everywhere
so
they
it
go.
reminds everyone, relax. It's not that big of a deal.
It is not that big of a deal. So let's, you know, I love to give our current numbers or our current tallies of where we're at with things.
Okay.
And currently, to date, we are finally at 1,050 downloads.
All right. Awesome.
Yes. So we've had over 1,000 people download and listen to us. And we are in 26 countries. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's
26 countries and 148 cities. And I'm not knocking the 148 cities, but every time we add a country to the list.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gina and I will Google where it's at and then decide if we're going to add it to our world tour when that time comes. But we're getting a lot of love in Brazil, which just is mind blowing to me.
That is so crazy.
It's so cool.
Yes. But everybody needs a dream board, right? So that all those things get put on there.
Yes. So United States, obviously, number one, Brazil, Germany, and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Those are our top countries. So 26 countries and 148 cities. And that just blows my freaking mind every time I see that number.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. And we appreciate everybody.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in every single week and putting up with our crazy social media nonsense. And again, if there are things you want to see, we're really going to try to get more consistent on the Barely Balanced Mom Blueprint. It was just this morning I had text Gina and I'm like, okay, I need some more ideas because the peppers and cream cheese I eat every single day and it's my favorite snack in the whole world. So hook us up. Do you have any Barely Balanced blueprints to share with us on this fun Sunday night?
Actually, I believe I was trying to like look for some stuff because I get picky and I get in moods. And so then sometimes I like stuff and then sometimes I don't. So I kind of go in my moods. But I will tell you guys, one thing I love to snack on is hummus, which I know in talking to you, you said that the consistency seems gross. And I, believe me, in the beginning thought nobody's ever going to get me to eat hummus. But there is a brand, Tribe.
Tribe, Tribe?
Yes, Tribe.
Okay.
And they have dessert ones. And I'm not kidding you. They're amazing. They have chocolate, sea salt caramel, peanut nut butter, and cake batter. And if you have fruit, I'm not kidding you. It's some of the best like fruit dip you can have, but it's so healthy for you. But for sure, I can tell you like some brands, I've had other brands and of the chocolate, because I've only ever seen the other brands have chocolate. And some are good and some are not as good. So I can't tell you exactly like, you know, if you get a different brand, how well it's going to turn out for you. But this brand is amazing. Amazing. And I always eat cucumbers with red pepper hummus. My favorite. Or carrots sometimes, but I love it with cucumbers. So
I'm going to have to give it
so
a try.
Good. It is.
Good.
Good.
It's a consistency thing for me. It's a texture. I don't know. It's,
but yeah. I think it's on what you use it with. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of like, just like having the chocolate with like strawberries and you dip it in. I'm like, oh, it's so good. I haven't even had it for a little while. I'm going to get me some. So good. And then but dipping just fruit in it. So, you know, it's always good for you to start your day off, and then you have your protein and your hummus, and then the vegetables, and you can sit and eat quite a bit of it. I mean,
that's how I feel about the peppers. I just feel like, which I'm trying not to burn. No, that's a lie. I know I'm going to burn myself out on them because I'm eating them so frequently, but like,
they're so good though.
They're so good. And I just know I could be the junk I could be eating. So I'm like, whatever, if I want to, you know.
That's the thing about it is it's like anything for snacking. Obviously, it always comes down to you don't want to eat too much of anything. I mean, that's obviously a problem as far as like, I mean, talking about portion sizes, you know, to eat it every day. I mean, it's good, eat it. You know what I mean? But it's just like hummus. I mean, obviously hummus fruit. I mean, I'm not going to eat like a guy, you know, gigantor bowl of something, but it is really good to like fit into just to get you over the humps of that sweet tooth sometimes, or just like having dips with veggies. And so those peppers are,
so
I try to share stuff I really enjoy that like I really like to eat. I don't want to give anybody suggestions stuff that's doesn't taste good.
Yeah. The other thing is substituting the ice cream for the fudge bars. And my entire family makes fun of me for my newfound fudge bar addiction. I can't stop and I can't go to sleep unless I have one fudge bar. It's just a thing. But I'm so scared I'm going to burn myself out. So you got to send us more tips and tricks. So
Yep. I definitely keep looking for all the different things that I think of that I enjoy, that I like to eat, that gets you through. Because, you know, the rest of the time, you should always have a good balanced meals, eating your healthy proteins, your healthy fats, all that good stuff. I can sit and go through it all because we all know it. But I think sometimes the reason a lot of people stop doing diets is because they're boring. You feel like you're missing out on something. So at least I want to bring to everybody stuff that's like that good little snack that gets you over the hump for the day, you know?
For sure.
Something keeps you steady.
I have another confession.
Okay.
Of my own.
Oh, Lord.
So, you know the Monster energy balls that you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first time I made them, I used pancake syrup because I thought it was.
What?
So the recipe said honey or maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
And I thought maple syrup equaled pancake syrup. And they were the most delicious energy balls I've ever had in my entire life.
I'm sure they were.
Until my mom was like, not the same.
No.
Maple syrup is completely different.
Yes.
And I made them with maple syrup.
And you were sad.
And I'm
they're not
so sad because they're fucking awful and they fall apart and they're dry. And
you should use honey. Use honey.
So, you know, I made them. So my first batch, everyone freaking like ate them so fast. Like we were getting in fights. I'm like, stop eating my energy balls. And my last batch has been in the refrigerator for at least like 3.5 weeks. And I can't get anyone
to eat them. Now, see, I like them with honey. I prefer honey.
I'm going to have to try honey.
Yes.
But I was really into them with the pancake. Pancake syrup.
I'm sure you were. It's so loaded with so much sugar.
That tells you how I'm new to my fitness journey, obviously.
Yes. We need to work on that.
Yes. And we are. Baby steps, one day at a time.
It'll happen. And that's all that matters anyways. Even if you get a little healthier, eventually you get used to it. I hated it. It was disgusting to me. I'd be like, can you put more sweetener in that? It's so gross. So then I found out how to make coffee be delicious. And now the more and more coffee taste throughout the years, the more and more I like, I can get to almost black coffee. I'm not there yet, but I'm pretty darn close. And my husband was-anti-coffee. And I said, I can make you a coffee drinker. And he's like, how are you going to do that? I'm like, so go through Starbucks, get an iced we want to get a Frappuccino. So we got the Caramelicious Frappuccino, or what's their caramel. Yeah, but it's a caramel. It's a caramel macchiato Frappuccino. I said, get that, and you need to get a cake pop. And then so he did, and I said, now take a bite of that cake pop and take a sip of that drink. And he did. And he's like, that's the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life. So as time went on, I worked with him. So now we have protein in our coffee and all those different things, but he can get a little energy from his coffee. But we had to do the sugar thing first and then kind of bring him down. Sometimes it's how it works to get you healthy.
I love a good coffee, but I have not been to a coffee shop in months, probably like 2 months, because I've been making it at home. Mm-hmm. We go for a walk in the morning and then I come home. And obviously working from home, I have the flexibility now where, before I was always on the road and you ate what you could find. But I use Isopure unflavored protein. I put that in my coffee. I use my sugar-free coffee creamer, my skinny syrup. So I make this fabulous coffee at home too.
And see, the thing is, we don't go buy coffee out. That's a treat. If we were out of town, then we would get it. But then we would do it. We'd full blown do it and make it a dessert. And who cares? Like you're on a vacation or something. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we really don't do it anymore either. Because I make it all at home and we have protein and the skinny syrups and all that stuff that we enjoy. And I love it. But I think for him, he wouldn't have liked it before. I had to kind of like start him on the high sugar. And then bring him down.
A cake pop and a coffee. I could really go for that right now here on this Sunday night.
It's so good. So good.
That's awesome.
So do we have any questions? Do we even have like a highlight question, even like a question that we can throw out there that anybody had that was on our list? Okay. I found one that is a good one. It's a pretty good one. What is the most ridiculous thing that you've ever bribed your kids with?
An American Girl doll.
For what?
It didn't work out for me, but
it didn't work for you.
She didn't get an American Girl doll either.
Oh. So your bribes suck because they don't work.
I'm a procrastinator. I like to procrastinate. I don't know if you know that about me. I feel like my job at the litter box made me a procrastinator because like if you got an assignment or something to do and like you did it right away.
They thought you could do more.
They thought you could do more or it would never be brought up again. So you wasted your entire life putting this presentation together that was never to be seen or talked about again. Yep. So it was just a waste of time. So I would just wait till the very last minute and just crank out whatever I need to crank out. That job did it for me. That it made me that way because somebody once said like, you're never going to be able to handle all of the shit they throw your way. You're never going to be able to handle it. So like you never do anything the first time you're asked, like ever. Don't even respond to an email the first time you're asked.
Yeah.
You wait until somebody says I'm following up and that means they're not going to let it go.
Right.
Like that's your trigger to know like you're actually going to need to do it. But like if right out of the gates, you just do everything everybody tells you to, you will never stay caught up. Great advice. It really did work. So anyway, I procrastinate, and I procrastinated to sign my daughter up for cheer. And when I went to sign her up, it was full.
Cool.
And so I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to ask her if she really wants to do cheer this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if she is kind of iffy, I'm going to say like, okay, well, they're full, but I will get you we'll go to Chicago and I'll get you an American Girl doll instead of doing cheer.
Yeah.
And it was all good. But then somebody backed out last minute, and the mom of her best friend reached out, and they're like, if she wants to do cheer, like she can totally do it. So we're
doing cheer
one more year. So, but yes,
that didn't pan out.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't think I ever bribed my kids for anything. I don't think I ever did. I don't think there's anything I've ever bribed my kids. Bribing. You can have.
What about your husband?
Oh, I know what I would do. Austin was one that like a lot of times he'd have birthday parties to go to. And a lot of these birthday parties back then, you had to stay at them all day, and it'd be people I didn't know when I was going to be there. I'm like, it's like the most painful experience of my life. So I'd be like, I'll buy you a gift, and then you don't have to go, and then we won't go to the party. He'd be like, right on.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
We did that a couple times. Because I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know these people. And I'm, we as parents
like 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes. And I'm stuck there for 2 hours. People I don't know, they don't talk to you. You don't talk to them. You just literally sit alone and just feel weird. So unless you're like friends with these people, it's the worst miserable 2 hours of your life. So I'd buy him a present and we'd go back home.
I love it.
That's probably about the only thing I can ever remember that I really bragged about. And it worked.
Hey, that's a good one. And I think on that we can end this Sunday night confessions. Yep. But thanks to everyone who submitted a confession this week. You guys keep it real, you keep it funny, and you remind us that we're not alone. So we appreciate you.
Don't forget, you can DM us or comment your confessions anytime, and we might feature yours next month. Sunday Night Confessions drop the last Sunday of every month. So make sure you're subscribed on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Until next time, protect your peace, laugh when you can, and remember, you're doing better than you think. Good night, moms.
If no one's told you lately, let me be the one to say it. You're not failing, you're growing. You're not broken, you're becoming. And you're doing better than you think.
Thanks for being here today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share it with another mom who might need to hear this. You can also connect with us on Facebook or TikTok at the ARMC. We'd love to hear your story.
Until next time, give yourself grace, breathe deep, and remember, peace is possible.